Henry James wrote The Portrait of a Lady. It is a most significant novel. It was published first as a series. This was between 1880 and 1881. Then it appeared as a book. The book tells a story. It is the story of a young American woman. Her name is Isabel Archer. She travels to Europe. She inherits a great deal of money. This inheritance changes her life. It presents her with possibilities. It also presents her with dangers. One feels the weight of choices. The novel is a deep study of character. It explores Isabel's mind. It examines her desires. She desires independence. She wishes for a full life. She wants to experience the world. Yet she is perhaps naive. She does not always see clearly. Others have their own plans for her. Their motives are not always pure. The world, one finds, is complex. It is not always kind to innocents or to those who dream too boldly. James explores many important ideas. Freedom is one such idea. What does it mean to be free? Especially for a woman in that era. Society had strong expectations. There were rules. There were limitations placed upon women. Isabel tries to defy these. She seeks her own path. Betrayal is another theme. It comes in subtle forms. It comes in devastating ways. It shapes Isabel's journey profoundly. One watches her transformation. The story is set in England. It is also set in Italy. These places are beautifully described. They are more than just settings. They are characters in themselves. They influence Isabel. They reflect her inner state. The old world of Europe contrasts with America. America is seen as new. Europe is seen as old, sophisticated, and perhaps corrupt. This contrast is central. It affects Isabel's destiny. It pulls her in different directions. One feels the tension. Isabel Archer is the book's heart. She is a young woman. She comes from Albany, New York. She's intelligent. She is imaginative. She possesses a strong will. She reads books. She has many theories about life. She believes in her own judgment. This belief will be tested, terribly tested, one might say. She arrives in England full of hope. She's eager for experience. Life, she feels, is about to begin. She has a certain pride in her independence. She is not like other young women. She does not seek marriage immediately. She values her freedom above all, or so she believes. She turns down good marriage proposals. Lord Warburton offers her a title. He offers her security. Caspar Goodwood offers her passion. He offers her American energy. She rejects them both. She wants something more, something different. She cannot quite name it. This desire is a powerful force. It drives her forward. It also makes her vulnerable. Isabel can be compared to other literary heroines. Think of Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice. Both are intelligent, both value their own minds, both make mistakes in judgment, yet Isabel's fate is perhaps sadder, more complex. Or consider Emma Woodhouse. Emma too is headstrong. Emma too learns hard lessons, but Isabel's world is larger. Her choices have deeper consequences. She is perhaps more idealistic, and therefore more easily wounded by reality. Life has a way of dimming idealism. Her defining trait is her desire for independence. She wants to choose her own destiny. She does not want to be defined by a man or by society's expectations. This is admirable. It is also her tragic flaw. Her desire for freedom leads her into a trap, a carefully constructed trap. She is too confident in her ability to see, too sure of her own perceptions. The world, alas, is full of skilled actors. People who wear masks. She learns this too late. The cost is very high. Isabel's journey begins with an invitation. Her aunt, Mrs. Touchett, invites her to Europe. Mrs. Touchett lives in England. She is an American expatriate. Isabel eagerly accepts. America feels restrictive to her. Europe promises culture. It promises experience. It promises life itself. She arrives at Garden Court. This is her aunt's English estate. It is beautiful. It is old. It is a world away from Albany. One feels her excitement, her sense of wonder. At Garden Court, she meets her cousin, Ralph Touchett. Ralph is kind. He is intelligent. He is an invalid. He sees Isabel's potential. He admires her spirit. He wants her to be free. He wants her to experience life fully. His father, Mr. Touchett, is dying. Mr. Touchett is a wealthy American banker. Before he dies, Ralph persuades him. He persuades his father to leave Isabel a large fortune. This is a pivotal moment. It changes everything for Isabel. She is now rich. She is now truly independent, or so it seems. The inheritance is meant to give her freedom. Ralph's intention is noble. He wishes her to meet the requirements of her imagination. He wants her to soar, not to be limited by material needs. However, money attracts attention. It makes her a target. It makes her more interesting to certain people. people with their own designs. The fortune becomes a burden. It becomes a source of her undoing. Irony is a cruel master. Life often works in such contrary ways. With her new wealth, Isabel feels powerful. She feels capable of anything. She travels to Florence, she travels to Rome, she encounters new people, she encounters new ideas. She is fascinated by the art, she is fascinated by the history. She is also somewhat blind to the dangers lurking beneath the surface. The sophisticated surface of European society. Madame Merle enters her life, a charming woman, an accomplished woman. Isabel is impressed. She does not see the web being spun. Marriage is a central question for Isabel. It is a central question for many women in novels. In Isabel's time, marriage was a woman's primary path. It defined her status, it defined her future. Isabel, however, is different. She is not eager to marry. She values her independence. She has her own ideas about life. She wants to explore. She wants to learn. She does not want to be confined. This is her stated position. It is a brave stance. She receives several marriage proposals. Lord Warburton is an English nobleman. He is wealthy, he is kind, he is respected, he offers her a position in society, he offers her a beautiful estate, he offers her a life of comfort. Many women would accept eagerly. Isabel considers it, but she refuses. She feels it would limit her, it would be too conventional, too predictable. She yearns for something more, something that tests her. She wants her life to be her own creation. Caspar Goodwood is another suitor. He is an American businessman. He is strong. He is determined. He is passionately in love with Isabel. He represents American energy. He represents directness. He represents a different kind of life. A life perhaps of action, a life of clear purpose. He pursues her relentlessly. He follows her to Europe. Isabel is drawn to his strength, but she is also afraid of it. She fears being overwhelmed, being consumed by his will. She pushes him away. Her choices are significant. They reveal her character. They reveal her desires. They also reveal her flaws. Her idealism can be a form of pride. Her desire for freedom can be a form of avoidance. She avoids the known paths. She seeks something unique. This seeking leads her to Gilbert Osmond. He seems to offer what she wants, or what she thinks she wants. A life of aesthetic appreciation, a life of quiet contemplation, a life free from worldly pressures. She's mistaken, so terribly mistaken. Section 5, The Gilded Facade, A Marriage of Illusions. Isabel eventually chooses to marry Gilbert Osmond. This choice puzzles everyone. It shocks her friends. Osmond is an American expatriate. He lives in Italy. He is a collector of beautiful objects. He appears to be a man of taste. He appears to be disinterested in worldly things. He seems to value art. He seems to value refinement. Isabel sees him as unconventional. She sees him as an individual. She believes he will respect her independence. She thinks they will share a life of the mind. Their marriage, however, is a disaster. It is a gilded cage. Osmond is not what he seems. He is cold. He is selfish. He is a tyrant. He wants to control Isabel. He wants to control her thoughts. He wants to control her money. He resents her spirit. He resents her intelligence. He tries to crush her. He wants her to be another beautiful object in his collection, a possession, not a partner. The reality of her marriage is a slow, painful awakening. One feels the chill of that house. Isabel finds herself trapped. She is isolated. Her friends are kept away. Her spirit begins to wither. The freedom she so cherished is gone. She is bound by her choice. She's bound by societal expectations. Divorce was difficult. It was scandalous. She has a strong sense of duty, a strong sense of keeping her word. Even when her word was given based on a deception, she endures her suffering in silence for a long time. The weight of her mistake is immense. Her relationship with her stepdaughter Pansy is complex. Pansy is Osmond's daughter. She is young, she is innocent, she is convent-bred. Osmond wants Pansy to make a brilliant marriage, a marriage that will benefit him. Isabel feels sympathy for Pansy. She sees Pansy's vulnerability. She tries to protect her, but she is largely powerless against Osmond's will. Pansy becomes another victim, another soul trapped in Osmond's sterile world. The sadness deepens. It pervades the Roman air. Section 6. Freedom's Paradox, the Weight of Choice. The theme of freedom is central to Isabel's story. She begins her journey with a passionate desire for it. She wants to make her own choices. She wants to shape her own life. She does not want to be constrained by others or by the conventions of society. Her inheritance seems to grant her this freedom. She has money, she has independence, she can travel, she can choose her own husband. This is the ideal she pursues. One admires her courage, her spirit. Yet James explores the complexities of freedom. Is absolute freedom possible or desirable? Isabel's freedom leads her to make a terrible choice. A choice that results in her confinement. Her marriage to Osmond is the opposite of freedom. It is a prison. Her wealth, meant to liberate her, instead makes her a target. It draws Osmond to her. It makes her valuable to him. This is a cruel irony. The very thing she thought would save her ensnares her. Life often teaches through such bitter reversals. Society's expectations also play a significant role. In the 19th century, women had limited options. Marriage was the primary goal. A woman's identity was often tied to her husband. Isabel tries to resist this. She tries to forge her own path, but society's pressures are strong. Even after her disastrous marriage, she feels bound by her vows, bound by the idea of what a wife should be. The freedom to choose does not always mean the freedom to undo a choice, especially for a woman of her time. Isabel's struggle is also internal. Her own idealism, her own pride, her own naivete. These contribute to her situation. She believed she could see clearly. She believed she could judge character. She was mistaken. Her freedom was in part an illusion based on an incomplete understanding of herself and an incomplete understanding of the world. True freedom, perhaps, comes from self-knowledge, from understanding one's own limitations. This is a hard lesson, a painful lesson to learn. Section 7. The Sting of Deceit, Betrayal's Unveiling. Betrayal is a dark thread woven through Isabel's life. It comes from those she trusts. It comes from those she admires. Madame Merle is the chief architect of this betrayal. Isabel sees her as a friend, a mentor, a sophisticated woman of the world. Madame Merle is charming. She's intelligent. She seems to understand Isabel. She encourages Isabel's interest in Gilbert Osmond. She carefully guides Isabel towards him. All the while she has her own hidden agenda, a selfish, cruel agenda. The truth about Madame Merle is shocking. She was once Osmond's lover. Pansy is their daughter. This secret is kept hidden for years. Madame Merle wants Osmond to marry Isabel for her money. She wants to secure Pansy's future. She manipulates Isabel. She uses Isabel's idealism against her. She uses Isabel's trust against her. The revelation of this betrayal is devastating for Isabel. It shatters her world. It makes her question everything, every kindness, every word. One feels the coldness of such a calculated deceit. Gilbert Osmond also betrays Isabel. He marries her under false pretenses. He presents himself as a man of simple tastes, a man above worldly concerns. In reality, he is a monster of egotism. He wants her money. He wants to control her. He wants to break her spirit. His betrayal is not just about deception. It is about the slow, cruel destruction of her soul. He starves her emotionally. He isolates her. He belittles her. This is a profound betrayal of the marriage vows, a betrayal of human decency. Even Ralph Touchett, in a way, contributes to her situation. His intentions were good. He wanted to give her freedom, but his gift of the inheritance made her a target. This is not a malicious betrayal, it is an unintended consequence. Yet it highlights the complexities of human action, how even good intentions can have unforeseen negative results. Isabel must confront these betrayals. She must decide how to live with them. The knowledge is a heavy burden. It changes her forever. It is a sorrow that settles deep within. Section 8. James's intricate weave, the author's method. Henry James has a distinctive writing style. It is intricate, it is psychological. He delves deep into the minds of his characters. He shows us their thoughts, their feelings, their motivations. His sentences can be long, they can be complex. They are filled with subtle observations. He does not always tell us things directly. He shows us, he suggests, he makes us work to understand. This creates a rich reading experience, a challenging one at times, but ultimately rewarding. James is a master of psychological realism. He is interested in the inner lives of people, how they see the world, how they react to events. In The Portrait of a Lady, we spend much time inside Isabel's mind. We see her hopes, we see her confusion, we see her dawning awareness of her mistake. This focus on interiority was quite modern for its time. It influenced many writers who came after him. One feels as if one truly knows Isabel. Her consciousness becomes a landscape to explore. His use of point of view is also important. Often the story is told through Isabel's perspective, or through the perspective of someone observing Isabel. This limits our knowledge. We only know what these characters know or what they perceive. This creates suspense, it creates mystery. We, like Isabel, can be deceived. We, like Isabel, must piece together the truth. This narrative technique mirrors life itself. We rarely have all the facts. We must interpret, we must infer. The pacing of the novel can seem slow to some readers. James takes his time. He builds his characters carefully. He explores their situations in great detail. There are not many dramatic events in the traditional sense. The drama is internal. It is in the shifts of understanding. It is in the emotional struggles. This deliberate pace allows for a deeper exploration of themes. It allows for a fuller portrait of Isabel and of the society in which she lives. It is a careful, meticulous art. Section 9, Echoes in Time, the novel's lasting voice. The portrait of a lady remains relevant today. It speaks to us across the years. The world has changed much since the 19th century. Women have more freedom, more opportunities, yet the questions Isabel faces are still with us. What does it mean to be truly independent? How do we make good choices in life? How do we deal with betrayal? These are timeless human concerns. They resonate with modern readers. One sees oneself in Isabel's struggles. The novel explores the challenges of self-discovery. Isabel tries to understand herself. She tries to understand her place in the world. This is a journey everyone undertakes. Her mistakes are relatable. We all make errors in judgment. We all trust the wrong people at times. Her resilience is also inspiring. Despite her suffering, she endures, she grows, she learns. The novel doesn't offer easy answers. It offers a complex, nuanced look at a woman's life. This complexity is its strength. The themes of freedom and constraint continue to be important. We still grapple with societal expectations. We still face pressures to conform. The desire for personal autonomy is strong. The novel reminds us that freedom is not simple. It comes with responsibility. It comes with risks. Isabel's story is a cautionary tale. It is also a story of courage. The courage to face the consequences of one's choices. The courage to seek an authentic life, even when that life is difficult. Henry James's psychological insight is remarkable. His understanding of human nature is profound. He shows us the complexities of relationships, the subtle power dynamics, the hidden motives. The Portrait of a Lady is more than just a story. It is an exploration of the human condition. It invites us to reflect on our own lives, our own choices, our own portraits. For these reasons, the novel endures. It continues to be read. It continues to be discussed. It continues to move us. A true classic.